Hey, you! Leave your axe at the door. got bits, but not for him. Oh, goody. Adventurers. We got bits, but not for him.
Where's my character? Oh, I see. I have to click on that.
Let's get those charisma rolls.
Oops. Or that second one.
Alright, Gwyn, what happened last time?
Last time, we left our friends at our new friends, if you want to call them that, at the tavern, and we decided to check out the docks, where we ran into a old drunk guy who was bumbling around, and turned out that he was Duan, Deck's business partner. After some conversation with him, we set up a meeting to meet Dimitri. And the next day we went to meet him, and Delta ran into him, and that's about all I remember.
Yeah, everyone was pretty tired that night last week.
Yeah, I don't know that much else really happened.
But that was pretty much the gist.
Yeah, I talked to him, and he was like, "Oh, you don't know as much information as I thought." I didn't really say anything about Phalia, so I was gonna hang around and try and catch him one more time. And I think Khalas and Guryev were gonna do the sneaking. Is that right?
it was Gwen
Was it?
and Khalas.
Oh yes, that's right. I was gonna. Wait, what was I sneaking to do? I don't even know now.
I thought
there
we
was...
were just like staying on guard while Delta went over to investigate the person that went behind the carriage.
There
And
was
I
a
thought
lot...
we were just kind of staying, trying to keep an eye out for the old man from yesterday, from last night.
Yeah, I know I wasn't going with Delta.
No, but I came back and talked to everyone, and we decided that we wanted to try to investigate Phalia's father's company as well as talk to the brother.
That's right, and that's right. Okay, that was where Guryev and I were going to be doing the sneaking and breaking into the father's business.
Oh,
down
Or
okay.
like getting in and trying to sneakily
That's what
find
I
out some
forgot.
information.
Yeah.
So
Do you remember the brother's name?
I have it written down, but I have no idea where that notebook is.
let's see. I believe it's in this notebook. Let's see if I can find it. My notes kind of all run together. Estemere Manor.
I have no idea where most of my notebooks are at the moment. So
I have two and I've lost. See, Esme is the maid. Bernard is the butler. Do I have the
Devin. Devin is his name.
Devin?
Devlin.
Devin.
Devin.
Okay, chat.
Okay, we'll write it on both pages so that.
I swear it had an L in it.
I don't think so.
Deville.
Devil.
Delvin. Delvin. I don't know. Devin just seems like almost right, but not quite. Sophia is literally encamped on my mouse right now.
She caught it. What a good kitty. What a good hunter.
What a good hunter. Just loaf on the mouse.
Khalas and Guryev they're sneaking off to do what?
Gonna break into the old man's, not the old man, sorry, the father's place of work, business.
Okay.
And you were trying to decide who was the sneakiest, and I don't think there's a sneaky person in here.
There isn't.
You're all your stats are like
Don't believe I'm all
on
that
that.
sneaky.
Yeah, I'm disadvantaged on sneak, but I have the cloak, so I have.
And
Stealth is one, sleight of hand is one,
I got stealthy boots.
and anything that could possibly help me in stealth is extremely low. I am not. I'm not
Shape-shifting.
stealthy. Shape-shifting.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I could. I could do that. I could shapeshift into something small.
Like a spider. Oh no, but what if he's scared of spiders and he makes
A little lizard.
to try
Nobody like tries to squish lizards. Even people that freak out over lizards usually run away, or they scoop up the lizard and put it outside. I don't ever see anyone try to squish a lizard.
It should be a bee. People always run away from bees.
That is
A
Bees!
rat.
Briefcase, but we'll sneak you in with a briefcase full of bees and just lock you in.
You'll be part of the hive mind.
I'm B-Man.
Briefcase full of bees.
Hear me
to fix
buzz.
this situation.
He just throws like sewing needles instead of batarangs.
He's like able to just. He's got a pair of chopsticks and he's just snatching all the bees out of the air. So I have boots of elven kind. You also have advantage on dexterity stealth checks that rely on moving silently. And I no longer have heavy armor that gives me a disadvantage. So for these stealth rolls, I would get advantage, yes?
Yes.
Excellent. I gotta remember this then. Okay.
Yay.
Do we
Okay.
want to switch it up then for me to be a stealthy person on this trip, or should we just continue with our original plan?
I
That was a
think
very
that-
good point that I
Yeah.
could shapeshift.
Let me get into character. I think that's up to Guryev on if he wants to come and investigate, do a stealth mission, or if he thinks he can interrogate the brother better.
Guryev?
Honestly, don't know what the fuck is going on there. It's ridiculous.
You echo through Delta's
Yes,
mic.
I know. She mutes her headset, but there's no mic there, so it doesn't mute Discord.
What do you think you're more talented at? Getting information or searching for information silently?
I what I was actually looking at, because I have like decent intelligence and really good wisdom.
I guess
But I
let's
have,
put it
like, no
let's-
charisma. I'm just really crass.
let's put it this way. We have two clerics that are able to cast Zone of Truth.
But did you prepare them?
I mean, I did.
Gotta make sure your spells are prepared on what you want to do.
I mean, mine is. I'm not sure. Guryev, do you have Zone of Truth prepared?
No, you've never taken.
I've never learned that spell.
No, I just abuse.
More like Zone of Deception.
Then, if you and Gwen think you would be better suited
Yeah, we
for
can-
handling the stealth mission of investigating the father's business,
I didn't open the window.
then Delta and I can go talk to the brother.
Question:
Yes?
if you had like a room, but you cast silence at a point outside of, would the sound from the room not travel?
It would travel outside of the room that isn't in the space of silence.
You know what I mean, though.
Silence basically just stops the vibrations happening in a room to create sound. So anything can't get out or go into that area. Okay. So party A and party 1.
Not party A and party B?
Well, that puts hierarchy. Like A is better than B. 1 and A.
Oh, my phone's still on the floor.
How about party sneak and party talk?
Sneak and speak.
Sneak and speak. Oh, there we go. That's better. Party sneaky.
Sneak and
party
speak.
sneaky. I can be part of either party, but I guess maybe I'd be more suited for being part of party speaky.
And
Then I will sneak.
Speakeasy.
We can just trade places.
could be a hound, and then you could be party.
Actually,
If that works, we should head off. Because if I've been keeping track. We only have till tonight to find this girl.
Yes, and it's mid-afternoon.
Safely. Yes. So we don't have long. We must hurry.
All right. Then we'll head off. And Khalas is
Go your
just
own
gonna.
separate ways.
The girl is lost. Whatever.
If this girl dies, I'm blaming you all.
Yeah. Somebody's missing a finger. We're not even focused on that right now. Khalas is just gonna start heading towards the direction of the mansion. Whichever way you think that is.
Well, it is on a hilltop in the distance that you can see from here.
Okay.
It's quite prominently shown to the rest of the city. Right, so Khalas starts walking. Who would like to go with her?
Well, I wanted to try to talk to, what's his name? Demetrius. I want to try and see if I can talk to him one more time.
Okay,
And
well,
see-
he's gone. You left him to his business.
Right, but he was walking back and forth.
Yeah? So you're gonna stay where you are and wait?
What,
Wait for him to pass by again?
Yeah, I'll wait a little bit, and then if I don't see him, I'll walk kind of towards where he was going. Did I see what was written on his sack that he was carrying? Anything?
You didn't care to look when the timer's right. He just had a large sack of dry goods on his shoulder.
It was like grain or something.
Yeah, it was that heft.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Stop whipping me with your tail!
Sounds like their cat's attacking them.
it's
Jenny
a
is
dog.
the dog.
Roll for initiative.
Okay. I was gonna ask.
Khalas, you're not here. You can't be a part of this fight.
Stop!
I did not hear the whack, but I heard the Jenny and I heard Till and I knew.
Mhm.
Okay, so Delta, you are staying there waiting. Guryev and Gwyn, what would you like to do? Khalas has already started walking towards the estate.
I would like to make my way to the business that the father owns. I don't want to shapeshift till I get close because, well, the smaller I am, the slower I move. I'm going to pretty much, like, generalize. I've got shorter legs. I go slower. Ooh, speaking of which shape should I be? I will pull up a list so I can start deciding.
Alright.
Here.
Guryev, what is your plan of action?
I'm gonna go with a investigate boy.
You're going with Gwyn?
Yeah.
See.
Okay. Both of you make a investigation roll. You are searching for a place you've never been before and you do not know the name of it.
For the brother?
Are
We're
you looking for the brother?
business. No, I thought
Oh.
we were looking for the business that the father owns so that we can investigate it. At least that's what I
Yes.
thought I was told.
I was gonna go. So,
I thought Khalas was sneaking.
Klaus and I are trading places
I
because
don't
she's
know.
going to interrogate.
I was
I am
going,
sneaking.
I was going to investigate the brother.
Okay. So
Okay,
Delta
so
and
you
I?
are going with Khalas. Delta is staying at the Duan business, waiting for Demetrius to walk by again.
Okay, so I'm just gonna sneak by myself.
Yes, that is
Okay.
the final conclusion.
Okay. In that case, I'm not gonna wait for anyone. I'm going to make my way, or hopefully find my way to the business.
Okay, so you enter the busy streets from the rundown Duan business, and you aren't really sure what you're trying to look for. It's something to do with the docks, like the dock master or harbor master or the shipping and receiving stuff. And you ask around. There are quite a few people in the streets, crowding everywhere. It's in the middle of the afternoon. And you ask a few people, and it doesn't take you very long to find out like where everything is. And when you go approach the building that you are told this is the Estelmer business, it is rather large. It's 3 stories, like half a block wide, and a lot of people are going in and out of doors. There are several doors throughout the front of this building, some of them larger to contain the shipping containers and horses and cargo that's going into this building and coming out of it.
Okay. So there's people like coming in and out of it right now because it's the afternoon.
Yes, it's super busy.
Okay. So I was gonna do a lizard, but I'm thinking that I want to shape change into a rat just because rats have opposable little fingers. I can actually dig through stuff if I so choose.
Are you doing this in the street?
No, because I don't want to do it right in front of everyone. So I want to find like a little alley or some kind of structure, whether it be like a cart off to the side that I can duck behind, so that as few people as possible, preferably none, see me changing.
All right. Make your first stealth roll.
Okay. Cross our fingers. We want to be stealthy.
In the huge hustle and bustle of all these people around, you do manage to find a side alley where people are going in the streets, but the side way you find is completely empty. It's got some trash that has been littered throughout here, and looks to be just a random spot. And you kind of make your way behind one of the things, looking both ways before you do so, and you shift into a rat.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I shift into a rat. Let me pull it up so I can see my stats and stuff. So and okay. So I want to follow the building, like stay close to the building. That way I'm not under feet. And that's likely to scare people. And I want to go inside the building.
All right. Make a. Make a perception roll.
Ooh. No, that was just wisdom. Or does that count? Oh, no, that's on checks. This isn't a check. Okay.
You keep your intelligence wisdom, charisma rolls,
Yeah,
I believe.
it just says that the rat has keen smell. The rat has advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on smell. But
Okay.
this isn't a check. This is just regular. So 13.
All right. So you keep a weary eye out, trying not to be in the streets, but you dash and dart and manage to find your way into this large building without being detected. The first room you enter is one of the larger rooms with crates that line the walls, crates and barrels, and there are some people that are coming in and out. A lot of them are pulling the cargo off of the wagons, placing them into the large pile, and then somebody is writing it down and keeping track of everything that's coming in and going.
So one is doing the inventory, and how many are coming in and out? Just like a regular flow? Or
Yeah, you would say there's 2 carts that are in this area at a time. It comes in, gets unloaded. It takes several minutes to do so, and then the
Okay.
cart continues out.
I'm writing down stuff as I go because that way I can like keep track of what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm gonna guess that there's not gonna be any secretive, important information in plain view of everyone that comes in. So I'm gonna need to find a office or a storeroom that is in the back or out of the way that not everyone can get to. So I guess I'm gonna want to sneak to the back.
Okay,
I
so do you want to look for a doorway to lead to the main area?
Yeah, like a doorway or a hallway that leads out of this main area.
Okay, it's not too difficult to find. You don't need to roll any kind of perception investigation.
Okay.
Because they're just doorways leading out. They're the 2. It's like just a tunnel through this building, which the wagons come in, get unloaded, and go back out. So there's 2 large doorways on either side leading to the outside, and then the far wall has several doors that is leading to the main area.
So the far wall has doors leading to the main area. Okay. Do any of them look locked? Locked from the outside?
So
Or say office?
you can tell that several of them are just like people are coming in and out of it every few minutes.
Okay. I'll start with those just to make sure I don't want to overlook something that might actually be important. So I want to sneak to the closest door and go in there first.
Okay, make another stealth roll.
That's
So you-
dreadful.
You get a +2 on stealth because the rat has +2 health or dex. I mean,
That's it?
yes, but that's just a +1 here. So
Okay.
you get to a point where you feel like both sides aren't really coming and going. There's this time where everyone's just pulling cargo off of wagons. When you dart across the pathway to to the other side trying to get into a door. And as you do so, one of the workers that is pulling cargo off spots you running across the ground, and he shouts, "Vamen!" and gets the attention of several other workers that stop what they're doing and start to run after you.
I want to dart under something.
Okay.
Try to escape them. What would I do? Let's see here. Athletics? Totally do it. No. How about
Make an
Or-
acrobatics.
acrobatics?
So that would be a d20 plus 2. So you scurry out, trying to get away from all the horses that are like suddenly frightened with your presence, as it was pointed out, and quite a few of the burly workers are trying to snag at you, and one managed to grab you by your fat belly and pull you away. What would you like to do?
I want to bite him.
Okay, make that bite attack.
Let's see. Piercing 1 damage. Okay. And that would be. What do I roll for that? Just.
You have access to the rat sheet.
Oh, I do, don't I? So let's bring up our character sheet here. Doop, doop. Right here. Are you talking about the giant rat?
Yeah, can you click bite?
Yeah. There
All
we
right.
go. I brought
So,
it.
I guess roll for damage too.
Okay, and switch back over here. Where are we?
Dies from rat bite. So you
It's
struggle
not even
and
trying.
manage to reach over and bite him, and he pulls his hand away, tosses you to the ground, holds his hand. Bloody rot! And you dash behind some containers. So you are in a weird spot at the moment. You have the attention of several workers trying to get at you, as they are trying to get rid of any vermin in here. What would you like to do next?
I need to get out of sight and be quiet. So, at this point, it'd almost be easier to leave the building and come back in, or get into the wall or something. Ooh, is there a hole in the wall somewhere? I mean, it's an old building, right?
Make an investigation.
Where are we? Investigation.
You not getting, like, you see that the wall has been pretty well built, and they do their best to rid any creatures from getting in or out of here without being seen. So you can't find any hole in the wall to escape.
But I'm still in the main entranceway, right? Like
Right.
the main room. I'd like to just go for the exit until they calm down. So can I just like dart back out the entrance?
Yep, you can
Make a mad dash for it.
make another acrobatics.
Mad dash, mad dash.
Really not rolling super well.
No, I'm not.
So I'll just see what they do. Okay, well, you make a run as fast as your little legs can take you towards the exit of the building, and though you feel like you've been kind of tired from like running around so much, you manage to flee out of the main area into the main streets where carts are coming back and forth, and the workers following you can't quite catch up to you.
Then I want to stay out there for a minute while they calm down. Give them a false sense of ease before I sneak back in.
Do you want to find another alleyway to be out of sight? Because you ran out into the street.
Yeah, I want to find a dark little nook somewhere, whether it's in the alleyway. Actually, alleyway's probably the best bet. So yeah, a little dark area to hide in an alleyway.
Okay, make another perception. It's a bit difficult to find with all these people coming around. Like, there's just chaos, people stepping near you and wheels rolling by. But you managed to find another dark alley to which to hide from them. When you do so, make another stealth with advantage this time. When you do manage to run away and these people are chasing you into the street, you manage to dive and weave between people and make your way out and escape from the workers in the Estelmer Inc. While you wait, we'll go to Delta. Are you here, Delta?
Yes.
Okay. So you settle back in, possibly leaning against the post or the recently repaired door of the Duan company. And you're just people watching again. Make another perception roll. You're kind of lost in your head right now. It's really hard for you to focus. There's so much that has happened these past couple days, and you had a lot on your mind going, with intention going to the Estelmer estate, that you just can't quite see that person once again.
I'm gonna wait around a little bit more.
Okay. Well, then we'll go to Khalas and Guryev, who have made their way to the around the path that leads up the hill towards the Estelmer estate. And I had actually planned for the other two people to be here, so their tokens are there. So we'll go to...
We've done another. We said we'll do one thing last session, and then we do the complete opposite.
Yeah. You said, hey, let's have Delta and Gwyn go investigate the brother, and eventually just Khalas and Guryev went. But that's fine.
Yep.
It's always fine. It's always fine.
Sorry.
Better.
So you make your way up the side and up the familiar path to the front gates, where you are see the two guards that are stationed here. Beyond the gate, there are several guards that are patrolling around the grounds. What would you like to do?
Well,
I mean, we can either sneak in, or we could go up and say that talk to the other.
which do you think is more likely to get most information. Do you think the brother startles easily?
Don't think that the brother normally sees visit.
Then I guess it's probably better to go in so he's less startled. I guess we'll go to the front gate then.
Okay, you walk up the final steps and approach the guards. They look to be pretty well armored, completely with short swords and shields and metal armor. As you approach, one of them says, "Alright, what do you want around here?"
Do I recognize either of these guards from the last time we were here?
You don't. They are both new faces.
Yes. We're actually here to speak with Devin Estelmer. We're investigating the missing persons case for Phalia Estelmer. We just never had a chance to talk to him when we came because there was quite a startle. And then I'll just kind of like lean in, like hold my hand like a whispering motion, with like, you know, the finger and all. So we'd like to come and talk to him.
Make a persuasion roll with advantage.
Sweet. Jedi mind tricks. You will let us in. Persuasion. 21.
Nice. They kind of glance over at each other, look back at you. That's private information. I trust that you have talked to them before. You're welcome to go in. As you have been here before, I know that you understand the rules of dropping your weapons.
Oh, yes. And I'll start to remove all my weapons.
Just a long montage of got this one, and oh, don't forget this one, crossbow and dagger hidden in the boot.
Also the shield. Do you want the shield? I'll go ahead and leave the shield. I leave the shield, all the long swords, the seed sword.
You are a walking
Nice.
armory. And Guryev as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Once all your weapons have been stripped down, and they kind of like put it off to the side, like right here, and they open the gate, allowing you to go in. As you enter, you see that there are patrols going around. There's one guard stationed here. You see the heads of guards on the opposite side of the wall just walking around patrolling. Seems like they have further increased their guard from the last time you've been here.
Probably because of the finger and all.
Okay, and you make your way to the gate. As you approach, it opens on its own, allowing you to walk through.
If no one stops us, I'm just gonna continue heading upstairs to, because his room was the opposite side of Phalia's. So
Well,
I'm just gonna go.
You haven't entered the house yet.
Oh, sorry. I thought we.
The
Wait.
gate's here, open
I
for
see.
you, but the front door still remains closed.
Okay, yeah, we're just gonna keep going.
Do you knock? You
No.
just walk in. This is our house now. Two clerics claiming their
Or not.
place.
I guess we'll knock.
Okay,
I guess.
I guess.
if I have to.
I have to.
Alright. So you knock on these large doors and wait for a moment. It doesn't take very long, probably like 10 seconds before the doors are opened up, and there you see a familiar face, Bernard.
Bernard dog.
Well now, you have returned. Do you have information regarding the missing young lady?
I would say that we have a lot of information, but we're still trying to piece together this puzzle. We never got a chance to talk to Devin, whose room was across from hers, and so we wanted to have a chance to talk to him to see if he had heard anything or knew of anything of Phalia's doings.
My apologies. Devin is in his lesson at the moment. I would recommend coming back at another time.
When would he be available?
This evening, in a few hours.
I'm going to turn to Guryev and be like, what should we do?
Quite interesting. Kind of lesson.
Oh, lessons that a young nobleman needs to know when entering the world. He has his schoolings like everyone else.
I thought he didn't get out.
His lessons take place inside the estate. He is a private tutor.
Yeah, I think you said how long would it be in?
It'll be a few hours before he is available.
A few hours.
Yes. School day, as it were. I suppose if you'd like to stay in the main area, I would allow that, although you'll be kept under watch.
Man, alright. Well, perhaps we could go and take another look at Phalia's room, see, just in cases, do a final sweep in case there's anything we've missed. And if he doesn't have a break, I'm sure he must take breaks. 5 minutes, perhaps, would be all we'd need of him.
I will ask his tutor if that is appropriate. No guarantees, though. If you would like to see Miss Phalia's room again, I will allow it. I will escort you there.
Wonderful.
He will turn and kind of like snap his fingers twice, and a maid will come up and kind of look at you nervously and look back at Bernard. My apologies. How may I introduce you? Are you officers or?
No, we are more
Investigators. Private investigators.
420 Blazit's PI. He'll turn back to the maid. These investigators would like to have another look at young Phalia's room. I will escort them there where you will keep an eye on them. Is that understood? The maid will nod. Very good. The two of them will go up the stairs. Once again. And, you're
Was
walking
it
and
more
you
the look of like she was scared of us last time? Or
This is not, Isme, like last time. But if you want, you can roll an insight.
Heck yeah. Let's do it.
She looks nervous. As she got closer, you could tell that she looked you up and down, and got a little bit more tense with doing so. But you head up the staircase, once again seeing the portrait of the 4 Estelmers on the wall, and head down the hallway to Phalia's room.
like right as we get there, I was gonna ask, Tutor, is it like a family friend? Had a while?
He is well known at the academy. We hire him specifically for young Devon's affairs and his teachings.
Is he learning something different from what Phalia learned?
No, he is being raised the same way she was.
I don't remember. Did he ever tell us like what sort of thing, like why the brother like never was out in public? Told him.
They did not, but at the rumor mill of the fancy rich people party, tea party, it's alleged that he is a magic user, or he's interested in the magical arts.
And you said that, right?
And they said that he just kind of kept to himself. He was very quiet. Didn't like being around people.
Alright, so you get to the room, Bernard opens it for you, and you can see that in there it is exactly the same as when you left it. 2 days. 2 days? Yeah, 2 days before.
Has anyone else by?
No one has been allowed in here since her disappearance, other than the quick cleaning that was required of every day. That sounds confusing. No one has been here since the day of it was cleaned for anything that didn't have to do with the investigation.
How did you know what was fine cleaning if it wasn't? How did you know what was not part of the investigation and it was therefore safe to clean?
We got permission from the City Watch. We like to keep a clean estate as much as possible.
Have the Watch had any information, or have they come by with more news? Perhaps another ransom note?
They have information about the kidnappers, possibly from the harbor, though no suspects are in under watch, and no sign of Phalia at all in the entire city. Is that all? I have other business to attend to.
Yes, that is all. We'll take a look here and be sure to see if Devon could at least spare 5 minutes for us.
Very well. If you have any questions, Carrie-Anne will do her best to answer them truthfully. He'll look to the maid and nod, and she'll kind of like wide-eyed do a quick nod back, and he'll turn and walk in the opposite direction of where you came.
I don't know
So
what it is about his demeanor.
it's definitely odd. Very elusive, I would say.
Did we see what's her face last time?
This
Dawn?
is
You're not-
I mean, we saw a different maid, Ismay,
Mm-hmm.
and we saw the mother.
You saw Lady Estelmer.
Yeah. Khalas is just gonna start going through anywhere that you might hide information. So she's gonna look under the bed. She's gonna lift the mattress up, see if there's anything underneath there. I can roll an investigation.
There were still chairs.
Yes. There's a chair in front of the study and a chair in front of the vanity.
So I'm just looking for anywhere you might hide like papers or any kind of information. Lifting up the mattress, seeing if there's anything in there, feeling the mattress, seeing if there's anything unusual about it, checking the vanity, checking underneath the desk. Looking
In the
for
meantime,
secret
I am going to walk over. So, did we get a layout of the bedroom last time?
Yeah, it's right here on the screen.
Oh,
So, window, bed, vanity, closet, and I believe this was a wardrobe, and right here is the study. Though there is not a image there, but
and you said there was a chair here and there.
yeah, in the two
And
corners.
is the maid person in here with us?
She's standing in the doorway, letting you do your business.
I'm gonna take this chair and put it here and face her, and then just kind of stare.
Pretty sure this is the exact same thing you did last time.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't want to look menacing, but I just want to know I'm waiting for her to talk.
If I'm gonna just kind of try and whisper to Guryev, like, why don't you be bad cop? And I can cast Zone of Truth over here. But she can't see me.
I think I have this feeling that we're very close. We're just waiting for the one piece.
Well, you should talk to her at least. She definitely seems unusual. And I'm gonna go over here. And try to, as best I can. I'm gonna. Let's see. Zone of Truth.
Well, they immediately know that they're in it, don't they?
They do know that it has been cast.
Until the spell ends, a creature that enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there must make a charisma saving throw. You know know whether each creature succeeds or fails on its saving throw. An affected creature is aware of the spell and can thus avoid answering questions to which it would normally respond with a lie. So she's aware of a spell. But
The
she wouldn't.
spell. She is
Huh?
aware of the spell and thus
Oh,
can
so
avoid
she
it.
would know, like, oh, I know exactly what this is. This is Zone of Truth that they cast.
I think it's like not previous knowledge, but like knowledge that you can't lie. Like a spell has been cast, and you now know that you can't lie. Because even with somebody who doesn't have like a cleric, paladin, bard background would know, like, they're aware of the spell. So she doesn't know it's Zone of Truth specifically, but she knows it's a spell that prevents her from lying.
I see. So she's trying to lie, and it prevents her from doing so.
Or she just has like a message in her head that like, I have to tell the truth when I'm standing here. With that,
Regardless.
with that investigation roll, you're just like, how courteous of these people's cleanings are you? Do you just like try and tear up the room, or do you just kind of like peel back a sheet and then carefully lift up the mattress and then slowly put it back down and put it back?
I don't know. I guess.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't be like just throwing stuff on the floor, but I'm not gonna put it all back nice and neat. Like,
Right. Just like a middle ground.
yeah.
Just like throw a sheet up to the side, like looking
Hold it
down,
up, look, see, and then put it down.
and put it down,
and
and
then
not.
look at the mattress, look underneath, look around the bed frame. If
Okay.
nothing's there, just put it down. But I'm not like tucking in the sheet. I'm not putting it exactly where it was.
All right. So you are looking just as hard as you can to find any little extra bit of information that you might have missed before. You do notice that the footprints are still on the ground. The mud is dried and starting to crack and break apart. You see that the window is closed, but the lock has not been like put back onto it. The drapes are still open wide to see the forest in the back. You look at the study, notice that everything is still like tucked in, and you're like pulling out the papers and looking at them, putting them down, taking a book, leafing through them. What are you looking for exactly?
I'm looking for any kind of Okay, so my thought process is that our theory is that she has planned this because of what her father did to Demetrius and his father, correct?
Well, the
That was our theory last time.
I don't think.
Or at least that she's some in on it, maybe? Or, I don't know.
Like she's doing it to get back at her father, or she's trying to blackmail her father, trying to get money from her father.
Okay.
So I'm trying to find any kind of notes, kind of about that, either about her opinion or what she's learning. I thought we found a diary last time. Maybe I'm wrong. But I'm also looking if there's any kind of love letters or a secret bank account that she has, like any kind of documentation of whatever.
Okay, so you're leafing through all this. You don't find any kind of love letter or any kind of letter in general to a Duan person. You do notice that in the study, she has a lot of records of past numbers, since her father was the accountant for the dual person company. There's just a lot, sheets and books and transcripts. and all this stuff with numbers and cargo and all this just general shipping and receiving stuff. You don't find any kind of undercutting dealings with other people, any kind of extra bank account or any place you could put a large amount of money in a fast amount of time. You don't see like multiple accounts being opened where she might split up the money. You can't, even with that 20, you don't find anything of that kind.
Cool.
I guess I will get the. I'm gonna invest it like this.
That is what Khalas is looking through as well.
Well, I'm doing it better.
My natural 20 is better. So what are you looking for?
If the if anything kind of looks like the math doesn't add up, or if it's like some kind of code, or if there's like hidden compartment desk something, or one of the books looks weird, just things that are off, things that we didn't look at really last time because we were looking out the window.
Well, now you have more information to go off of. Okay, so you're looking at this. Make a general intelligence check while I say this.
Just flat intelligence, or
flat intelligence. So you're looking through everything, feeling the books for any kind of like hidden compartment, feeling the desk, anything around underneath. You're being really meticulous about everything, about what is here. You don't find anything. As far as you can tell, the math adds up, and when you're looking through the numbers, the company is worth a lot. It's worth a lot of money. It looks like everything is fair, everything is done correctly. It's done perfectly, and you can tell that with these notes that Phalia has had like scribbles, little equations, counting up certain things, double checking numbers. She has her own numbers and words, notes in the columns and in between the spaces, and you aren't finding anything weird about any of the stuff that is taking place in the company. Not even like extra secret business dealings with anyone else or like anything illegal like that.
Is all of this information that we're finding, all these papers and books, are they all about the company, about her father's company?
The majority
isn't about her company. Like, let's say it's about, I don't know, flower making or something. Like, is it all business related to her father, like to her father's business and the shipping and accounting of all that? Or are there other things that aren't part of that?
You have said that you are looking for these things specifically, so that's the information I gave you. But as you're looking through them, you find that the majority is about math, accounting, and all that stuff. But there's other things that a noble might know. There's talks of like, there's a planner about the tea parties that she's been to at the Hawkfeather residence. There's parties down in the castle ward where the entire family and dinners and stuff like this. There's also like stuff about survival, being outside of Waterdeep, and like stuff about sailing. Has to know about that with the company. knows the weather patterns and water and how to sail a ship, different terms of a boat and whatnot. So it's
I'm gonna hold those things aside.
okay. The majority is about the company, but there are other things. This isn't like a study that only has to do with that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna close the last book that I'm looking at. Just kind of seem disappointed. I'm gonna turn around. Face Esmeralda. What's her name? Esme was the previous one. What's this
Carrie
one's
Ann.
name?
Carrie Ann.
Carrie Ann. And I'm going to seduce her.
With your
I'm
high
sorry.
charisma.
We yes, we didn't get acquainted. I am Guryev, partner Khalas. We been looking for people for quite a while. Things, well, and this one is thoroughly do you or how long have you been this servant?
Oh, it's been about 9 months, I think.
Were you in the midst well acquainted?
Not particularly.
Do you work in the parts of the house? Was she just never really here, or what?
I suppose I didn't really get acquainted with her that fast. She had other friends as the maids and butlers, but not me, I guess.
Was she? Did she spend a lot of time here, or was she mostly gone?
There's, other than sleep, I'd say she's about the same. Both studying and going out.
And what about coming here? Was she shy about bringing friends, or heaven forbid, boys or women?
Not to my knowledge. Of course, the SMers had their own parties and dinners here to just have friends over. I didn't really see if she had anyone in particular she was fancying.
They seem like nice folk. We met the madam, not like brothel madam.
The lady? Yes.
She was very friendly. I don't think I've ever seen her husband, either in town or here.
He's very busy with the separation.
And Bernard, he treats you well.
Oh, of course. I enjoy it here.
Des may tell you anything about it after we left last.
Anything about what?
I said that Des may tell her anything about us last time.
She did say that some people are here, looking into the missing lady. But I thought it was just the watch. They've been coming in and out a lot. I haven't seen all of them.
Do they normally? Is it just like we didn't see those guys last time, or like were like all of the guard people new, basically.
Oh,
you said there were more?
there were more, and you didn't recognize the ones you were talking to.
Did,
There, now you have a face to talk to.
if... Has anything seemed odd?
Odd? How so?
Like, was there some odd family tensions? Unexpected guests? Anything that just piqued your curiosity? Did you wonder? I wonder what they're doing here. Something must be going on.
Of course, there's always been tension with Devon. He's very uninterested in what the family wants to do, but there was also the separation that has happened very recently. But other than that, I couldn't tell you.
Have you
Khalas is gonna yell from in the room. What do you mean about that separation?
Roll intimidation with disadvantage. When you shout, she kind of, what? What? I'm sure if you're involved in the investigation, you know about it.
I'm gonna put down the book, or I'm gonna carry the books that I have, the survival books and the sailing books.
get to put them back?
Hold them under my arm and enter the conversation. Like, do you mean separation of the business from the partner, Duan, or are you talking about something else?
Yes. The Mr. Duan and Lord Estelmer. It's been very stressful around here with what has happened.
Never heard it be referred to as the separation. And an interesting word to use.
Oh, I suppose I'm not too knowledgeable about the business terms.
I mean, technically, it is kind of.
We were told that Duan had left for financial reasons. Not that there was a separation. Separation refers to the business being split up. But I assume that's not what happened, or did it?
Mr. Duan, he left, backed out at a very poor time. He left the Lord very, at, high stress, and he had to work so much more after Mr. Duan left. As you're speaking, a few seconds go by, and Bernard pokes his head in the door. Says, "I heard shouting. Is everything all right?"
Oh, yes. I was just in the other room and heard something, and as I was getting up, spoke a little too loudly.
Well, I would say please keep it down. As you know, the young lord is at his study lesson. He would really need some quiet. Thank you.
Is he studying in his room?
No, he is off in another part, but your voice was very loud.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did not intend for it to be that loud.
in a house that is more empty, noise travels rather well. How is your investigation coming in here?
I would say that it is probably fine. You're welcome to clean it up. I see that the dirt is dried in the rug, so I'm sure it's about time to take care of that.
Well, depending on the results of tonight, it will definitely be cleaned up by tomorrow.
Good.
We want Lady Phalia to be here to come home to a clean room, as I see that you do not share the same sympathies. He sees the papers all over the desk, and some have fallen to the floor. The bed isn't as made as it was before. The sheet has been pulled up to the side, and the mattress is slightly askew.
Well, we had to make sure that we didn't miss anything. There's just one key part that we're looking for, and we're trying to find it.
Thank you for being thorough, I suppose.
Is there anywhere else that Phalia would spend her time outside of her room? Perhaps a study of her own?
Well, there is the library, and there is the classroom, where
And-
Lord Delvin is here now.
How often would she spend her time in the library?
Not as long as Devon, but sometime, just to look up certain books on sailing and all that. Had to keep up with her studies.
Is sailing part of her studies? And survival?
There were when she was learning, but she has passed through that her schooling with highest honors. She was not taught here, she went to the academy, but Devon is insistent on staying home. That is why he studies here instead of at the academy.
Does Devon miss his sister?
I would think so, if he were to say it, but he doesn't talk very much to any of the staff. As I have said before, he is quite quiet and keeps to himself.
Well, I'm just going to turn to Guryev and say, anything else we should check out here?
Does Devon have any kind of hobbies?
I would
Does he ever go
no.
outside?
We are not allowed inside his room, where he spends nearly all of his time.
Is anyone else allowed?
None of the staff is allowed inside. Only the Lord and Lady, the young Lord, are allowed inside. Can't imagine the filth that is built up inside there.
Were you close?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Said, were you close? Do you know her?
Close?
Did she keep you distant?
To Phalia?
Yes.
She was a very sweet young girl. She is, my apologies, she is a very sweet young girl. And I look forward
I'm
to
not
seeing
trying
her
to
again.
insinuate any kind of romantic relation. Talking friendly.
course not.
I mean, there, unless there was.
Well, she had her flings, never brought anyone home, but she mostly kept to her books.
Did she have a book that was possibly her favorite? One that she was always reading?
Oh, yes, she did. It is in the library, and it is the book about adventures. She did admire going out. She did admire others who were able to leave the city. But she was not that kind of person. She preferred more of a large. She's more of a people person, I suppose.
Would we be able to take a look at this book? Or I
Yes. If you would think that is appropriate for the investigation. But I'm afraid it would stay inside the library.
Oh, that is fine. That's understood.
Did if you could be candid, is there any family strife for the Knights of Virgin?
What do you mean?
No, was there any good conversation? Hence, conversation?
No. Lady Phalia was always close to her parents. She did have a normal sibling relationship with Devon. But
I want to roll an insight check on that while he's saying this.
inside check.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I put it on disadvantage.
You got a 10. You aren't really sure about that. Guryev, you can tell he's telling the truth. That it was a normal relationship. I mean, between siblings.
And the parents?
Oh no, between Phalia and Devon.
Oh.
With the parents, yeah, you can tell he's telling the truth about that. He's rather close to them.
Bernard. What are we missing?
Just tell us. Outright tell us. I'm not sure if I were.
You think we're looking under the wrong rocks? We missing.
Well, she certainly isn't here. If you're looking for her. But as far as the City Watch is concerned, she's probably at the harbor.
It's just very odd. Like this story has too many twists. And this does not make any sense. Originally, thought that it was just some kind of kidnapping for ransom. I don't think that's the case. And then I thought maybe some kind of revenge, retribution. I don't think that's the case either.
I think if you want a straight answer, you'll have to ask the kidnappers themselves.
See, that's the thing. I'm not sure if she was actually kidnapped or not.
It's a horrible thing for you to suggest. I do not think the Lady Phalia would rather want to be taken from her own room in the middle of the night. Can't you see here? There's been
Maybe
unwanted intruder.
Maybe what happened that she met her Prince Charming, and when they kissed, she turned into a green ogre. Carried herself out though.
This isn't a fairy tale. This is a real woman who has been taken.
A lot of things There's just so many weird characters in this story. We met her boyfriend,
She's a boyfriend?
one of her previous.
I wasn't aware of any kind of suitor. She has had a few flings, but was not serious about any of them. I must tell the lady one at once about this new information. It might prove some insight about what has happened.
I don't think it's going to be any kind of. You could say it is a family friend.
Don't think they were actually family friends.
But it is weird. Like, I don't think anything happened. He seemed genuinely unconcerned about whether or not she was in trouble, which makes me think that she is in trouble.
So you think she is in trouble?
No.
Oh.
He was unconcerned about whether or not that she was in trouble, which makes me think that she is not in trouble.
You think he was
But I
lying?
didn't actually ask him about her.
Yeah, because how he doesn't know that we're looking for Phalia. So we can't make that assumption. The father that we spoke to, who was drunk,
No, but that is not what I'm saying. I'm saying that he doesn't know, which means he's not involved. And it's certainly not his father. I don't think his father. No fuck.
Guryev's turning into this meme right here. This Charlie Day. While Guryev's just kind of fading off in his rambling, I'm just gonna be like, "So the library. I would love to take a look at this book. Perhaps it could give some insight into what Phalia thinks."
And when is Devin going to take a break? I mean, if I wanted to, I could talk to him right now without your help. But we need to talk. It is probably one of the only things that we have not talked about.
Someone could mention that that the studies are probably not as important as finding his
sister's
sister.
kidnapping is more important.
Exactly.
Okay. Yes. If you're finished here, I will take you to the library. And he'll start walking down. Carrie Ann will kind of like nervously look at Bernard and back at you, and then turn and follow him.
So is Carrie Ann new?
She's
I
been
asked
here.
Bernard.
She's been here for some time. She is fairly new compared to the other staff, but
Spelled C-A-R-R-I-O-N.
she's been here enough.
Was she one of the maids who tended to be with
What?
Phalia? Take
Uh,
care of her needs and such?
Not specifically. If she was in the scheduled to that wing, she was not cleaning up the lady's room or tending to her needs, but if another maid needed help, she would attend to her.
Did Phalia have a maid that was her main handmaiden, as it were?
She was fairly independent. She did have a couple that she would speak to at regular occasions.
Are they walking in front of? Are you two side by side?
I assume so. I assume
I
you're.
mean, yeah, you
back.
can catch up.
I will be back with Carrion, however far back that is, and then like kind of slowly walk slower until there's more distance between us, and then when you guys are done, conversation with her.
All right. What would you like to say?
Oh, I thought you guys were gonna continue.
Are you?
I'm just asking about maids and like if there was anyone else that if there was anyone that she was close to, like, oh yeah, this was her regular handmaid. This was her regular every morning. She would wake her up and take care of her and do her hair. But if it was like a different person, she
Power
wasn't
her
really.
foot.
You get the idea that it was like kind of like a clique. There's a small group of maids that preferred to be around her, and she liked to be around.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't one specific, but it was also not like changing every single day.
I see.
And Mr. Bernard, how about that sports ball team?
So about this book.
Have you noticed it hasn't snowed even though it's still winter in so long?
I'm gonna cast Speak with Dead with Carry On.
There's a spelling for you.
Carry on.
Carry on my wayward son.
Okay. Gwynnestari, did you want to say anything while you're walking?
Yeah, I want to put my hand on her shoulder and then cast inflict wounds at 4. I'm just kidding.
She's dead.
No! Why?
And then speak with dead. I'm just kidding.
Listen, this is all too much nonsense. I need to be around the dead.
Not enough carry on around here.
That's why she's named that, right?
Yeah, she's the expendable maid. Okay, so what would you like to ask?
Is her outfit red?
Possibly.
Does it have a red A? I'm gonna
It's got a huge target on the front.
as we kind of fall a little bit farther and farther. I don't know if she's matching pace with me. Or, like,
She's
I'm
trying to
gonna-
keep up with Bernard and Khalas.
okay. I'm gonna make it seem, because I am over 100 years old, that I am having a hard time. So that would be like, I want to say, Kitty, yeah,
Fall
can
down.
you help this old man? And I'm gonna have my, I guess, the healing staff right-handed, kind of shin splint. Oh, fancy word.
So what is going on? Are you acting like you're crippled?
No, I'm just acting like I can't keep wanting. No. Yes, but no. Just that I'm old. I am. I'm over 100 years old.
All right, let's do something we haven't done ever and make a performance checks.
Act like old man.
Can you act old?
Oh man.
Charisma.
So you just like
But I am old.
trying,
But
but you walked in here normally. Like you walked up these steps normally. You didn't need assistance
listen.
before.
I can be Pacer. I can be. I can be Marcel if I want to.
So you're like keeping up, and then kind of drifting back a little bit, and then you're just like, oh my hip. Ugh.
No, no. I'm just.
Well, no.
The clanking of the staff just slowly gets a little bit louder, and I just kind of walk a little bit slower.
And you draw attention to yourself by asking for help, and the three, well, Bernard and Carrie-Anne will like stop and turn to look at you. and just kind of, are you all right? Uh, did something suddenly hit yourself?
No, just a nasty cramp. It's been a while since I've walked this fast.
Shall I ask the healer to look at your affliction?
I think I might be okay. I need to massage it a bit when we get to the library.
All right. If you'd like, I can take the young lady here to the library, and Kellyanne can watch over you.
Yeah, we will be there as soon as I can.
All right. You'll kind of like concerned look at Kellyanne as he slowly turns and continues on. You make your way down the stairs to the foyer. Guryev, what would you like to do? You now have a nervous maid next to you.
I'm going to immediately. They went downstairs?
They are in the process of doing so, yes.
Is it like these stairs here?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm like up here or something, or
Well, yes, that side, but
okay. I am sorry to hold you up. Just, 103 years old.
it's all right.
Or actually, I don't even know how old. I think I might be 103. I don't. At the moment, I think I'm like 60 something. Shit, it's weird.
I'm not sure about handling any injuries.
No. What I mean is like, with losing all of your memories and stuff like that. It's like I only have the memories of when I was 60, but like I am clearly not the same body as I was when I was 60. Something. It's just really fucking. It's just really difficult.
All right.
But I can't help but notice you look very worried whenever we with him, or when we were with Bernard. Is it what are you afraid of?
I don't have experience talking to anyone of the watch. I prefer to stay in the estate. It's been a traumatic week for us. I did hear about the investigators that came before.
Who were they? Were they city investigators, or were they like from out of town?
I don't believe they were employed by the city. They seem to be a varying group of people, not quite anything that held them together, really.
Odd. Did
Yes.
Bernard act the same way to them as he does?
Well, yes, I believe so. I wasn't present that day, but this is what I was told.
We're still walking below.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah. And stopped. I just wanted to make sure. It seemed like you were afraid of us, or afraid of Narton.
Well, you're not dressed like most city folk are. Look like you're ready to attack or be attacked.
I'm not used to dealing with living people. traveling quite a while. And we decided that we would stop here and see if we could, I guess, do something charitable. Render our aid to people who need it. Quite honest. So, fucking confusing. I don't know if I want to do it. I mean, it'd be nice if we found a girl. This feel like everybody knows what's going on in circles and all that. It's a charity.
All right.
Is Guryev just like griping about this case?
Yep.
Just like, yeah, I tell you, this is the worst case I've ever been on. I can't find anything.
It just doesn't make
None
any
of the
sense.
people are acting like I want them to.
It's not that they want them to act this way. It's just they motivations just don't seem to be there. I don't understand. It's like no one has a motivation to do this. So like, are we looking at the wrong places? That's what I don't understand.
Probably.
Anyway, I'm gonna
Can't-
like stop and reach down and like massage my calf and then kind of like stretch out my leg and I was like, I think we can continue at a little bit of a more brisk pace.
All right. Would you like to say anything else before you follow her to the library? We can always
If-
speed up and.
I'm gonna say like, if genuine, it would be nice to find something is amiss. Something doesn't sense. Maybe there is something that you know that you feel afraid to tell us. We will make sure that nothing happens. Good intention. No, but
I
the end of
don't
this,
quite understand,
brother.
but I guess what I would say is not all puzzles can be solved by everyone.
saying that we need to call the Ghostbusters.
She's saying we're idiots.
I understand.
Some puzzles are just different for different people.
Just gotta find the puzzle piece that fits your heart. Okay. Alright.
Okay. So we'll skip ahead to Khalas and Bernard, who are
Nerd.
going to the library. And if there's anything else you'd like to say before you get there, casual
Nope.
conversation.
I
Okay.
imagine we would just be talking about the same thing about the maids and whatever
Rather
on our way.
unusual partner as an investigator.
Well, we don't get to pick our partners.
I suppose so. But I desperately hope that the lady is found safe. And soon, if there's anything we can do to expedite that urgency, let us know.
Of course.
Hey, Alex.
Yeah.
IRL. How does it feel to have us be so stupid that we struggle on a puzzle you ever made?
It's not.
Is it genuinely
You're
concerning?
just overthinking it. That's
Okay.
the big thing.
Well, I think then she tripped and fell out the window, and Garner didn't
She's
realize it was a dead body.
We gotta
Better
go
clean
look
this
at the back.
dead body up as my duty of being on this
Yep.
staff. Clean up every mess, no rock unturned. Okay.
This is all a cover up.
It's to distract the city watch from from preventing crime. To
The brother accidentally pushed his sister out of the window. She died. They carried her body into the woods or wherever those tracks led.
they murdered another girl and cut off her finger so it look real, like there's a ransom note, It's just this big mess of just
It's a
randomly
conspiracy.
killing everyone. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so you make your way into the library, and it's large. There's a lot of books, very similar to what it looks like out here. A lot of shelves lined with books, several feet above the ground, ladders and whatnot going towards them. And he makes his way around, and in the middle of the room, there's a large desk that has a few books that have been laid out, and there you find two people. You find a young boy that is looking over a book, and you find an elderly-looking gnome that is speaking to the young boy. Now, I need you to focus, please. Keep on your studies. None of that magicness. And the boy's like, but I'm not interested in that. I don't want to follow my father. No, that's preposterous. With Phalia gone, you won't be able to... you will need to be the one to take over for your father.
Gnome did it.
I want to sing.
No, none of that.
Don't stop.
Oh.
No, dog. We said no.
You'll need to find a young woman with huge tracts of finances to keep the family afloat. Anyway, so yeah, just like several books, the gnome is trying to like take the book in front of the boy, and he's just like reading it while also not having any kind of struggle with keeping the book from the old gnome. And there's quite a few books and scrolls and papers, a couple inkwells and quills laid out. And when you enter the main part of this library, the gnome will shut the book that he had. Yes, Bernard, we are on track as best we can. Yes, I see that. We are just here looking for a book. No need to interrupt the young lord's learnings. Right. Mm-hmm. Yes, read this line for me, out loud. It's fine. Just don't need to act so suspicious. No nonsense. We were going over this. No need to just head. What book were you looking for?
We were looking for the book that Phalia seemed to enjoy the most, or looked to the most. Some sort of book about adventures.
Yes, her favorite book. It's well worn, of course. But I do keep it in a special spot so that it's in as best condition as she left it. He'll hop down off the chair and go around the table and into the shelves of books.
While he's looking for the book, I'm just going to look at Guryev, and then
Guryev isn't there yet. He
oh, right.
kept behind.
Where the hell is Guryev? What? Turn around, we're like,
He was just here.
My name isn't Huryev.
right. So I'm gonna approach Devin. We're like, so what are you learning? And glance over the books. I'm not gonna touch him. Just gonna use my eyes.
You can touch with
not giving
look with your
eyesight.
eyes, not with your hands.
Yeah.
You kind of peer over, and he just says, "Oh, just the normal stuff."
Are you also learning about your father's business?
Yes.
Do you plan to be a co-worker along with your sister, running it after your father retires?
Not planning on it.
Oh.
Like,
This boy looks to be about 15 years old.
Does he have his hair swooped down, covering like half an eye or something?
No. He doesn't have eyeliner on.
He's got black nail polish.
He's wearing more than different shades of black.
A boy your age. I'm sure you're interested in lots of things. Perhaps you could grow up to be a fine paladin or a cleric. That's a very honorable job, I would say.
I suppose.
Or, I suppose there's other jobs.
My apologies, he's not very talkative to anyone, not just strangers.
That's alright. He's 15. It's understandable.
he's 15.
He's 15.
Oi, he's 15. He's 15 years old.
Boy, don't be 15.
He's a young teenager. He's got his own likes and wants. Sorry.
No, just out with the accent out of nowhere. Like, he's 15.
Your British went more Cockney.
I don't...
It's fine. It's okay.
I
Okay.
want to say, like, do you miss your sister?
Of course.
This must have been quite a fright. That morning when you woke up and she was gone.
A little
And
bit.
especially, it must have been quite jarring that she was just taken like that. And amazing that nobody heard anything.
Well, gotta sleep sometime.
That's true. But were you asleep? Or were you perhaps working on something more of a hobby? Or more interesting?
Had sleep. School the next day.
Are we nearing the? Am I nearing a place where I can see him?
Well, the inside of the library is heavily obscured with all the books. You'd have to enter and be in like the position that Bernard and Khalas are in. But you are getting closer and you hear the conversation. And the old gnome returns. Yes! Note that I would appreciate it if you didn't really use it too much. I would rather have Phalia come back to its as good a condition as she left it. But here is her favorite book. He hands you it. And you look at the title, and it's Orienting Without a Compass. Orienteering Without a Compass.
I kind of want to. I don't want to really show myself, but I want to get close enough to where I can see him.
Okay. The maid
Like,
will enter.
Or if there's like, if I can like look through a bookshelf or something to get a just glimpse of the boy.
Right. So the maid will continue on entering into the library, following behind Bernard, and you can make a stealth roll to not be
that
noticed.
Is something that I can do. You are correct. I can.
You can
do
always
those.
try.
No.
No. That is not something you can do.
You can
Oh,
try.
no, I did it.
So you like move off to the side after the maid enters and kind of hurries to be next to Bernard, where she probably feels safer. And you kind of like duck to one side behind a shelf, and you move some of the books out of the way and try and peer through to see the young boy. And as you do so, the books on the opposite side of the shelf collapse onto the floor, and everyone turns to see that you are peering through the
I'm just gonna wave
shelf.
and then, sorry, starting to look at some books. Meet the close of ruckus.
I'm sorry. These are some investigators looking for Phalia. They have made some progress, but they are looking for clues about her whereabouts now. Oh, that is fine as long as she gets home safe and sound soon.
Did you also teach Phalia? I asked the gnome.
She did attend the academy where I did teach her briefly, but I was not the only one. Like young Lord Devon is, I am his private tutor, but she had a range of teachers at the academy.
I see. And was she just also very interested in sailing and adventuring books? Or was it also business that she learned?
She was more focused on the business side, as instructed by her father, but she did have an interest in exploration. Yes, that is why her favorite book is this one.
And I'm gonna open the book and look through it just to
Okay.
see if there's anything interesting. Any pages that might be folded, like the corner folded, like, oh, reference, or any pencil markings or notes or anything.
Make an investigation.
Okay, it's a 3.
You look through this, and the book is indeed well worn. Some of the pages are slightly torn, and like attempted to glue back together. A few waterlogged pages as well. The cover is like worn down, so that it doesn't cover the paper anymore. And skimming through the book, you notice it's a fiction book, like a storybook. It's not really a how-to nonfiction book.
What is the book about? Like, what is the storyline?
It's from what you can tell, it's about a person and their adventures. There's you flip to a random page, and there's a story about ogres. You flip to another page, and there's a story about a dragon. You just flipping through, and there's names of cities you recognize, like Athkatla and the one where you started your adventure. The Cormanther Forest. That's it.
I'm gonna cast Sending Boy, and say, and though we've only just met, seem bored.
Is that it?
No, I'm counting.
Counting
on
the
my
letters
hands.
and not words.
I'm gonna say, if you know anything about your sister, show you some tricks.
What was the last bit? You kind of cut out.
If you know anything about your sister, I can show you some tricks.
Anything else?
24.
Dude.
Bro.
Broski.
What did the hip kids say?
Ruha. Deuteronomy.
Alright, you hear back. I'm sorry, who is this?
Really?
And as you're peering through the shelves, you
I didn't have to.
no, I'm saying you don't notice any change in his demeanor when he receives or sends the spell back. He's still just like turning a page, just like reading, and it comes to him, and then it goes back out, and he just like turns another page.
I wonder if he would be that impressed being there.
Banish the brother.
Just like, good job, bro, and then slap his back and he.
Please don't do that.
Not silent.
Silence, darkness, blindness, deafness, all the fun ones.
Yeah, don't do any of those.
Remove curse.
Man, well, there was something we wanted to ask. It was like,
That was
Does this
The fuck?
contain your answers?
it is another piece to a puzzle that I feel is just missing another final piece to bring it all together. Devin, are you also interested in adventure books? Is that something maybe you and your sister had in common?
Not really.
Hmm.
Devin, it's okay to be honest with these people.
I'm gonna-
He did like to check out some books. Though we were recommending against it, he needs to stay focused on his studies. But he did look up some bestiary books. Isn't that right, Devin? Sure.
Well,
Do I find any? Okay.
How does
Do I
one
see
talk
any
to a
books
teenager?
around me that might be interesting to read?
Yeah. I mean, define interesting. Are you looking for books on
I don't know, like
cleric
a, you know,
powers
like
or?
a good cookbook.
Sure. Yeah.
Actually, no, never mind. I'm gonna reach into my bag, pull out a book, on Orcish. And then I'm gonna sit down right next to Devin.
I'm going to say, well, Guryev does that, and it's like, Guryev didn't even pick up his mess. didn't even pick up the books that he.
They got people for that.
Oh God. Wow. I'm gonna say, have you and your sister ever checked out the new portal system? At the what is that? Wizards Guild? Mages Guild?
Magister's Guild.
Magister's Guild, that's it. That the Magister's Guild has been working on. It's very interesting. There's also something involved with boats as well.
I heard there was some complications. Didn't quite work
Oh.
out.
There was, yes. It's very interesting. Another story to tell you, because we were there when it happened in Baldur's Gate.
I mean, I too would like to flatter, but I don't know if that's going to get us. What does anything excite you ever? Do you live?
I'm gonna. Oh my gosh. What to say?
To that question, he just says, sort of.
Sort of. To who?
To you. You asked what stuff interests him.
And he just said sort of.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
gonna
not
ask him.
fair.
Have you ever been banished before?
Don't.
What? I mean, he might
Have
like
you?
it. What? What did he say?
Have you?
Yes, actually, I did it to myself. It didn't work out very well. I can't write it back.
Probably don't want that to happen again.
Oh.
Is that a threat?
No.
Neither.
How come you're not being trained to control your
Probably doesn't. He needs to be trained.
abilities?
Probably.
Abilities? What do you mean?
Well, I mean, everyone's born with a talent, and some are born with different talents. And it seems like he's not getting a chance to do that, as far as I can tell.
The young lord has been assigned to become the heir of the Estelmer estate.
Is he allowed hobbies?
As one permits, we can't keep track of him all the time.
I don't have anything I can do to him other than like person. I want to like kind of like.
You want to just scare him with magic?
No, I want to test him.
Ah.
You know? But like can't because it's either harmless or he fucking dies. If he
That
doesn't.
is Guryev. It's either
Yeah.
harmless or he dies.
That's all Guryev knows. There is no medium ground. I'm going to say, what do I want to ask? So Devin, did you know about your sister's relationships? Her boyfriend, perhaps. Did you know about him?
She has a boyfriend?
Okay, I'll take that as a no.
Oh my, that is quite a lot of information all at once.
I mean,
what do you think of your father and your sister's relationship?
It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Did you like the fact that Phalia was going to
course.
be taking on the family business?
that's a dumb question. You know the answer to that.
Better than me.
Yeah, see, like I could have answered that for him.
Well, now we have a motive.
What? No, the motive. What? The motive for him to not abduct his sister?
No, the motive for him to abduct his sister. No, I guess no. Wait.
Are you saying all this out loud?
Yes, I am. You think this apathetical asshole really cares about whether or not?
That is very inappropriate to talk about the young lord right now.
Oh, I just, he doesn't have emotion. He doesn't bother.
He is trying to study.
No,
He has too many distractions at the moment.
the only distraction here is trying to teach him stuff he doesn't care about.
He must know it is ordered by the Lord Estelmer.
Was it also ordered by the Lord for Dahlia to help with the business?
Dahlia?
Or Phalia?
That was the initial plan, but of course with her gone, the young lord will have to take her place until she returns, which she will.
So you're saying Phalia was ordered to help after the separation of
But see, the thing
Duan
was like,
She was encouraged. She showed quite interest in his work.
But she
if
herself
you're
did not help her.
if you were actually you are part of this investigation, yes? So you would know what her interests were if you had been into her room, which I assume you have. And he'll look to Bernard and he'll nod.
Has Devin been like stoic the entire conversation, or is he kind of enjoying the shit?
He looks like he's just reading.
He's literally indifferent.
Definition of a teenager.
Well, definition of
Indifferent.
why try? Like, why do I fight this?
If she was encouraged to help her father's business, I assume by her father, after Duan left.
One that was forced out.
She's been encouraged since she was the firstborn. The eldest must take up the family account.
So, Devin, wouldn't you want to help us try and find your sister?
Nothing I can do.
I mean, if you can threaten me with banish, if
Well, if anything, this just proves that there is still something we're missing.
it's very obvious.
Well, you don't know the answer, so there's probably something you're missing.
There's probably something we're missing, but we can count off one of our theories.
I've counted off every.
You counted out everything you want to walk away from
I
Quest.
don't want to walk away. I like to solve it, but at this point, this thing just doesn't make any fun. All these crazy people are fucking loony. That's my professional opinion.
All right. Well, I think that's it for now. You've gotten some information. Perhaps we should head back and continue the investigation at the warehouse.
That is all for your investigation here. I will lead you out.
I'm gonna look at Guryev.
As we're leaving, I'm gonna say, Devin, catch people.
What are you doing?
Throwing a book at him?
Raven feeblement.
God.
See, that would...
Alright, so you exit fine? Unless you actually are casting Ray of Enfeeblement.
I mean,
Wouldn't it be better to just maybe do, I don't know, detect magic?
Do you have that prepared?
I do. You got it?
No, I do not have. I can't have detect magic.
You can't?
No.
Why?
I can dispel.
How come you can't detect magic? Like, you just don't even, you can't even prepare it?
Yeah.
His goddess doesn't allow that
Oh.
for some reason.
It's I guess I could. It says cleric. I don't. I didn't show
I'm
up.
gonna cast detect magic.
Okay.
Before we leave the library. Or before we leave range of Devin.
Deafen? Okay. Silence.
Blindness, deafness.
Blindness and deafness. That counts it twice.
Thaumaturgy, make it spooky in here. Dim the lights.
Ooh. He's just like,
Make the bookshelves shudder and knock all the books off.
It's like
What's
one of
happening? Oh no!
Aren't you scared, Devin?
Only somebody could stop this from happening.
Okay, so you cast Detect Magic, and the only other magic you feel is from Guryev.
Why? None of this makes sense.
And
A faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic. So he doesn't have magic, but he's interested in magic?
Well, it doesn't mean he's not. Okay, that would just say like if something has like a magical aura, or like if they were currently doing something.
he's not
That
emitting magic.
Yeah, so he's not like doing like a conjuration or illusion. That would make him glow.
I see.
Like as a person, it's not like he's like you can sense his midichlorians or something.
I
I
mean,
guess-
I don't know, man.
I guess
Who really
the picture token is deceiving. It looks like he's doing magic, but he's just reading a book. This is just a good picture I found.
Dealing some drugs.
thought- And his teacher's smoking a pipe.
What of it? Alright, so you're led out of the estate.
We'll gather our weapons and head back.
State of madness.
Hysteria.
Oh, man.
Okay. So let's go back to
Gwen, do your vocal cords still work?
where is
Yes.
God,
okay.
This is so frustrating.
So Delta, you're just watching thoroughly, trying your best to find this person, but you don't see any signs of that person again.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna, as we're leaving, I'm gonna go out the back door and go from the window like out, just the way that the footprints were going. Because I don't think we ever went into like the forested area, did we?
No.
Well,
Uh,
the
the-
footprints didn't lead into the grass. They were only in the soil in the garden, like the trimming around the edge of the
right. So from where the window was, lead.
So it just directly below the window, and then once it got to the lawn, it cut off.
Okay, but did they go in a straight line
Um,
from the window to where they cut off?
they took a step and then disappeared. And it was only one set of footprints.
I retract.
Okay, so Delta, what would you like to do after having no success with this?
Sorry. I would like to go inside the warehouse and fix the window.
Okay. It's very kind of you. Anything else? Are you waiting
and
for
then
your Khalas and Guryev to return?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna just like take a look around inside while I'm waiting. Just to kind of see what it looks like while there's light.
Okay. So then we will go to Gwen.
Okay.
So you waited for some time outside of the business, the the workers seem to have lost sight of you. They're going back to their unloading of cargo. Except for the one that was bitten, it seems to go inside.
Okay. So all the ones except for the one that was bitten?
Yes.
Okay. In the way you describe the building, it's like one of those buildings that has the tunnel going through it. So I'm guessing he's standing in front of one of those openings, right?
No, the one you bit went inside the building.
Oh, okay.
You would expect to mend the wound. So he disappeared at sight.
Okay. Do the others seem like they're looking for the rat, or have they just gone about their business?
They gave up after you ran into the street.
Okay.
Their goal was to evict the rat from the area, and that was accomplished.
Yay for them. Okay. So, since they're no longer looking for me, but they are, I'm gonna say probably more alert, since I was just in there not that long ago. I would like to go to the other end of like around the building and in the other side of that tunnel to the main area.
Okay, so you scurry your best weaving through the traffic of people to make it into the building. You are now at the entrance of the entryway, I guess.
Okay. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I still kind of want to try to find Phalia's dad's office. I feel like that's where I'm going to find any pertinent information. And I'm guessing it's probably going to be one of these doors on the one side with multiple doors. So, are any of the doors open?
They are, every few minutes, a door will open and a person will go in or out. But it will be shut immediately after.
Just one door or
multiple
various
doors?
Okay. I would like to move up by a door so that I'm just off to the side and I can dart in when the door is getting ready to close. Hopefully they're not looking down at the ground as I dart in.
Okay, make a stealth roll.
Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm not
So
stealthy at all.
you scurry in, and like position yourself so you can dash through the door as soon as it opens, and you're kind of like looking up and around at the people, trying to get a good gauge on where they're looking, and you see an opportunity when the door opens. You dash in, and the people are jump back and say, "Ah, vermin! Ah, another rat!" And the door behind you will shut as you enter this long hallway. And there are multiple doors on either side of this hallway, and it goes down into another door. So the doorways are open, but the doorway on the door on the opposite end of the hall is shut. And you have this person who is seeing you and is trying to get you.
Well, I don't want to run towards a shut door, so I'm gonna run towards Do you say one is open or multiple? I'm gonna run to whichever is the closest, if there's multiple.
There are multiple doorways on
Actually,
either side of the
before I
hallway. All of them are open.
okay, I want to run down the hall and use my excellent rat eyesight to glance in the doorways as I'm running by them. That way, if I see something, I should have something like perception. And I get advantage on perception. I want to
Regarding
perceive-
smell,
Yeah, I want to perceive like through hearing or smell. Like, oh, what would I smell? I don't know what I would be scenting for. I want to see. I guess an unoccupied door, or an unoccupied room, or one that looks like it could be an office. One or the other, whichever I come across first.
okay. Make a perception roll.
And perception, and you said just normal. There's because it
Unless
smell, right?
you are trying to smell something specific.
Nope, I'm not. So perception.
That's fine. So you dart down the hall with this person after you. You look at on either side in the open doorways. You do see several different kinds of rooms. You see one of them is like a storage area. It has a lot of wooden planks that have various items on them. That one looks to be empty. You keep going, you see an office with a person at a desk with papers all over it. On another side, you see a stairway leading up, and then a kind of a what's it called? A ramp leading down, and then you continue on, and you see another larger open area. It seems to have several people inside, kind of milling about. Which one would you like to go into?
I'd like to go up the stairs.
Okay, make a acrobatics to try and escape from the grasp of the person following you.
Cross our fingers. Cross our fingers.
Nice. And we'll keep that for going up the stairs as well.
Okay.
So you, the person behind you lunges to grab you, just barely misses as you scurry past, climbing up the stairs, and you, though you haven't spent much time as a rat, you naturally find it easy to bound up, get it, leaping and bounding up the stairs and out of sight. But you do hear the person that was in pursuit, the heavy footsteps, not far behind. And you make your way up the stairs until you reach another landing. You can go up the stairs. There's one more, or there's another set of stairs that goes up, or there's another hallway out here that you can go into.
Are there any doors open in this hall?
You look, and this is much less occupied than the one before, but there are several closed doors on this one, but the hall leads out into a larger area, and on the other side it just leads to a wall.
I'm gonna say what. Trying to decide what the most logical. I think I'm just gonna run up one more time.
Okay.
Hopefully, there's something worthwhile at the top of the stairs.
You bound up and skid to a stop at the landing, and then you bound up, making a quick decision. You bound up the second flight of stairs, and you make it to another landing. This one is much less occupied with doors. It's just leading to a single door down a shorter hallway. And if you peer, you can tell that the door is slightly cracked.
I would like to run to the door, stop, and proceed slowly. I don't want to just dart in.
Okay. Make a stealth with advantage this time.
Cross our fingers. Give me another one.
You can hear from the hall, from the stairwell, sorry, that the footsteps do not follow you up, but go into the hallway down below, and you manage to dash your way to the door and very slowly creep up to the slightly open door. It's not enough to look into, but if you were to like push your nose and your claws in, you'd be able to open it enough to where you could see.
I would like to do that.
Okay, make a athletics.
Still with advantage or normal?
No, it's normal.
Okay. Flip.
Okay. So you just like barely claw. It takes you several tries to claw it open, but you manage to poke your little nose in to this door and peer inside. What you see in here is a much larger room compared to the ones on the first floor, and it is completely wooden. You see on the walls there are all sorts of regalia and bookshelves, and there's a ship's wheel that is centered in on one of them, and in the center of the room there is a desk. It seems to have several papers that have been littered about, and on the opposite wall, the wall opposite the ship's wheel, is a large window that peers out into the city, and in front of that window a man is standing there.
Is he facing the office or out the window?
He's looking out the window.
Okay. Let's see how quiet I can be. I'd like to... Do I just want to watch? But there's nowhere to hide in the hall if he wants to leave. Okay, yeah. So I want to... quietly as I possibly can, let's cross our fingers, sneak in and find a hiding spot, whether it be under a desk or in a nook, under a chair, out of sight, I don't know where. But I'd like to sneak in and find a hiding spot where I can chillax until he leaves. Hopefully he leaves soon.
Okay. Roll a stealth. Try and creep in here unnoticed.
As our fingers, that's good enough.
So you creep in as quietly but as quickly as you can, and try and scurry to the most obvious hiding spot, which is the desk. It's just directly in the center of the room. And as you do so, you kind of feel your little rat claws scratching on the wood surface. It's a bit too loud for you, and the man standing at the window turns. Who is there? I'll look around, but he didn't see what made the noise. He'll walk over, see that the door is slightly ajar, and shut it closed. It's rather odd. Kind of peer around, looking for any signs. Is there anything you'd like to do?
I want to just hunker down and not move. Because I don't want to draw attention to myself. Until he leaves the office. You said he just shut the door, right?
Right.
Okay, and I'm assuming he's still in there. He didn't, like, leave and shut the door.
He saw the door was open and shut it.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. So yeah, I'm just gonna stay where I'm at. I made it under the desk, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna stay there and hunker down.
Okay. So he's like peering around, trying to get a good look, very confused by what he heard. He's and he'll shrug it off, and with a loud scraping of the chair on the wood, he'll pull out the chair, and next to you, you have the thump of the wooden or the rubber boots on the wooden floor as he scoots in and like sits down. But you are under the desk, so you're not sure what he's working on.
Is he talking to himself by chance? Ruminating out loud.
Now that the Duans are out of the picture and Phalia is missing, I can get back to my evil plan. And which I will say out loud to myself, knowing that no one is in the room.
Exactly. That's the kind of information I want.
No, all you hear is scratching of a quill on paper. Occasionally you'll hear the crumpling, or not the crumpling, but like the folding of parchment, shuffling of papers.
Okay, then because I can't exactly shapeshift back, and I can't search through stuff with him in there, so I just want to stay hidden for now, hoping that he'll leave to go check on something, or I don't know, go use the loo.
Okay. While you're waiting, we'll go back to the two private investigators as you return to the Duan business.
We don't.
So you make your way back, and you see Delta is looking rather bored, waiting for you.
No, I was looking around inside.
Looking for what?
Just looking around.
Okay.
Is it empty?
It's really empty. You find a lot of cobwebs and dust.
Even like if I open a couple doors.
You do find the rock that was used to smash the window. It was cleared out.
But otherwise very empty. Okay. Then I would go back outside and wait and be bored and watchful.
Okay,
Still for Demetrius.
So here's my notes of things that I think are important, or what we've discovered. The brother, not very talkative. But him being interested in something else is not happy about being forced to learn the family business. Seems like he's getting educated on all the business practices, as per his father's orders. But he's not necessarily happy about that.
He didn't seem to think that Phalia went on her own.
He didn't really have much to say about it. Just, she's missing, didn't know that she had a boyfriend, didn't know anything. There were some books. I know that last time we checked, there was lots of books about, or information about, family business and all of that. But things that weren't part of that category, she had a few books on, let me see here, adventures, sailing, survival, exploration, books on how to run a ship, how to navigate, and her favorite book that she most loved and read fairly often was a book about adventures titled Orienteering Without a Compass. And it's a fiction book about a person and her adventures. She also had survival books, how to survive on the sea, how to survive just general wilderness information about outside of Waterdeep. I got the impression that Devon liked it when his sis was there because their father, focused on her inheriting the family business and focusing on her studies. And the word that was used was Phalia was encouraged to help her father's business after Duane left. But we were told by Duane that he was forced out, correct?
Yes.
And was it Duane's business? The Horizon Sales? Was that what it was called?
I think the
That
Horizon Sales was the Estelmer business.
Oh, okay. Change my.
So, did anybody there know she had a boyfriend? Because that kind of
No.
makes the boyfriend look more suspicious, if you ask me.
None of them knew about the boyfriend. They knew that she had several flings, but they did not know of a boyfriend. And the fact that she had a boyfriend was very surprising. That was a lot of new information for all of them.
Where did we first hear about it? At the tea party?
Yes.
So, maybe it was just one of her flings? And
They made it sound like she brought him around at least a few times. But also Demetrius is the son of Duane, the former business partner. So perhaps it was a hush-hush thing.
Maybe when the business broke up, she decided to stop seeing him? And he was upset? He never came back by, so I didn't get to ask him if he knew Phalia was missing.
I think he might know. We know the brothers. At least we can mark off that the brother is not involved. Because he would not want his sister to go missing to take on the family business because he hates it. That's not what he wants to do.
I just thought he might have information.
Duane didn't know that Phalia was missing, right? When we talked, I know he was intoxicated. And that was his business that he had said, right? His warehouse? And it was like kind of crumbly or burnt or something?
Mm-hmm. The one we're standing in front of?
So his business was attacked. Or his business warehouse was damaged.
Well, no, so he said that it got taken away from him by the city, I think? Something like that.
So taken away from him.
The city took his business, is what he said.
Maybe he couldn't pay his taxes or something? I don't know.
At the mansion, the help kept referring to it as a separation of the two partners. But clearly it's not a separation because money wasn't split evenly. The business wasn't separated evenly. If Duane's getting... I mean, look at him. He looked terrible. They said that Dwayne left at poor time, but we know he was forced out of partnership. Dwayne's business warehouse was taken away from him. There's something about Demetrius possibly having gambling debt.
That was speculation on our part.
Yeah, based off of his store friend.
Right. What did his friend say about their relationship again?
I mean, he knew of Phalia. He knew that Demetrius was seeing him. Her. So he knew. Did Dwayne know that they were dating? Or that they were together?
But he said he hadn't seen them for a couple of weeks, I believe.
Yeah.
So he may not have known if they broke up.
So what is the conclusion?
I don't know, man.
Conclusion.
All these materials coming in.
Literally not.
Perhaps we should check on Gwyn and see if she's found anything.
It's a player for the insurance money.
I
We
think
could ask to speak to Mr. Estelmer
Hey, buddy, what you do on?
briefly.
we were told not to interrupt him.
I think we're running out of time.
What are we missing? I mean, obviously the girl, but
That's the big glaring one. What's missing in this operation?
that's right in the center.
Oh, these are your notes.
Yes.
Okay, I see it now. Let me look at them.
You know, there was a finger cut off. I believe we're under the impression that it's not actually hers.
We don't know.
A lot of money.
Did you ever find where it was?
No, I never found the person who's missing said finger. What if Phalia? So there was also a lot of accounts and records, bank accounts and money, accounting information, in Phalia's room. So what if she learned how much the business was actually making? It's very profitable. And what if she learned that her father forced his partner, Dwayne, out of the business, of the partnership, and then perhaps did some underhanded dealings to get Dwayne, the ex-business partner, to not be able to compete. So somehow got the city to close down his business. What if Phalia learned all of this? She already was forced to learn the business, was expected to inherit it, was, quote, encouraged to help her father.
But
The business.
the first time that we were at the Estelmer house, they said that she liked going to the warehouse and spending her time there.
Probably because her boyfriend Demetrius was there.
Well, that's what I originally thought.
So, of course, she would like going there to at least flirt or spend time with her boyfriend. Or perhaps that's where she met and they became boyfriend and girlfriend, because the more she was forced to go there after that,
Would you like to continue playing tonight, or would you like to call it here?
Do you think we're close to figuring this out?
I think
don't think we're close.
I think there's one thing that you just need to remember, and
Remember, just we've learned it.
follow that lead, and you will find it.
There's so many things.
There's so many
Potentially remembered.
I mean, I'm thinking that I guess we should end it here.
We can, yeah. This is basically just constructing all the pieces, and that can be done outside of.
Yeah,
D&D.
they don't need to hear our
Well, even
our
like
stories.
it's just we're just gonna talk about this for the next 20 minutes. So yeah, you can discuss between sessions, swap notes. I'll say, Gwyn, you wait a long time. This person is dedicated to his work, and he doesn't leave until the sun starts going down. And so you can decide to investigate the room then, or meet up with your friends. We can talk about what you found between sessions, if you'd like to investigate the room.
I would like to investigate the room
Okay.
since
So yeah.
I waited so long.
Yeah, there's a lot of waiting. But yeah, you are very close, but not quite there.
Do you know Cougar?
It's a copy of a story I picked up, so maybe would grab it and think about it. But yeah.